afternoon, good evening, and good night, everyone. Welcome to KerbSide Collections with me, Adam Ritchie, a podcast about physical media collectors for physical media collectors. Join me as I burrow into the psyche of this week's avid collector, Stephen Sands. Welcome, Steve. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Thanks, Adam.
And whereabouts in the world are you from?
Wollongong area, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, yep. Okay. Just around that way, it's south of
Yeah.
Sydney for our international listeners.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll get straight into the questions if you're happy to, if you're ready for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Cool. So just jumping straight into it, why do you collect physical media? In any particular reason, or?
I don't know. I've got a passionate love for movies. Like I've always since I think I was about 6, and I went and saw Star Wars, and that was probably the first movie I saw at the cinemas, and it got me.
No wonder.
Yeah. And then 2 years after that, my auntie took me as an 8-year-old to see Alien.
Oh wow, okay. I bet you remember that one.
Yeah, I spent most of it under a jumper, I think.
Oh really? Okay, that's great. That's a pretty good introduction to movies. Yeah, it's so do you still stream? Do you stream shows at all? Like, do you have any streaming services, or is it really just physical?
I still have all the streaming services, but I just prefer to have the physical copy.
Yeah,
it's not even about the quality or anything, because I'm not that technical. Like,
okay.
But I just love actually having the physical copy, the cover. I can go up to the shelves, choose what I want. You know what I mean? Like,
there's something about it, isn't there, to actually just hold it in your hand, know that you own it. Yeah, no, I totally get it. And I'm sure anyone who's half interested in listening to this would probably feel the same way. Like it is just, I don't know, there's something in the psyche that when you hold it in your hand, you know it's yours and you've got it forever. And
that's right. And they can't change it on you. That's
right.
Like so many these days, they go back in and correct something that they weren't happy with or something. So you've got the original copy.
Absolutely. They even do it with music now. Like they can change. If there's some offensive word that someone's used, they will go back and change it. Yeah. It's all a little bit frustrating. Well, I'll move away from the streaming stuff. I mean, I probably have some questions I could ask you, but this is not a streaming show. So in your collection, so how big is your collection? Do you catalog it at all, or?
I've got it Blu-ray.com, the app.
Yep.
I've got it all on there.
So you know your numbers exactly.
I guess it started with VHS, and then I followed through to DVD, and just through the ages, Blu-ray.
Yeah.
About 2016, I think it would have been. I think Suicide Squad was the first 4K I bought, because the woman in JB Hi-Fi sort of said, "Oh, have you tried this? It's a new format. Why don't you? It's only a few dollars more. Why don't you try that one?" And I did.
Yeah.
Then I just went through and I replaced every Blu-ray I had with a 4K. So.
Oh wow, that would have been a bit. Yeah, that's part of the downfalls of being a collector, that you have to upgrade. Well, you don't have to upgrade, but we choose to, don't we?
Quality. You want the best quality of the product. So.
Absolutely. Like for me now, I kind of refuse to buy DVDs. So the only time I'll buy a DVD is if it's a television show, because they're hard to come by in Australia. Obviously, a TV on Blu-ray or 4K, but and TV for me, like an old sitcom's okay on a DVD, but otherwise, it's Blu-ray or 4K.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret not getting into the 4K market a longer ago than I did. I've only been doing 4Ks for a couple of years. So.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, I remember walking through JB and seeing sales and buying one. I thought I should get some of these just because I will upgrade one day, and I never did. And now those movies aren't available. Like it was one of those, but now, I have a serious case of FOMO where I.
Oh, so do I.
So I guess. So do you buy on release, or do you tend to wait for sales, or is it a bit of a mix?
Bit of a mix, but if it's something like a Steelbook or something like the Mad Max that came out on Monday, I sort of wanted to get to the store and get the Steelbook rather than the normal copy. So I'd race out and get that. But it's hard to pick, because I know Beverly Hills Cop 2 came out, and that's a title you think that would sit on the shelves for months.
Yeah, gone.
Now it's gone. But I did get it at the time.
Oh, did you? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it only lasted a few months. Like sometimes they sit there for years. Other times,
yeah, it's really hard to pick, isn't it? Like, there's so much you see on the shelves that they've been there forever. Yeah, 100% right. And you've got to be. Actually, I have a guy on the inside. I need to ask him about To Kill a Mockingbird, because that was coming, and I think it was taken back, and I don't think it's.
Well, it got released. Like I got it on its first release. Like JB released it, and I got it for Christmas. I think it was around Christmas, and then you can't find it anywhere.
No.
And then they kept saying it's being re-released, and then it's never
It never did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I'll have to get in touch with my man on the inside actually about and ask that question. So what else can I ask you then? So do you have, well, I guess moving on, do you what in your collection are you most proud of owning? Like, are you a box set collector, or do you have
Yeah,
anything
I've got
bold
I've
in
got
your
a few
display?
box sets. I got the Skywalker Saga box set. I think I imported it from the UK, I think.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
That's one of my favorites because it's just
Yeah,
a
nice.
nice presentation. It's got all 9 movies, and
Yep.
yeah, I like that one. The other one's American Wealth in London that I import.
Oh, nice.
That comes with a really nice book, and
That
yeah.
would look good. There's lots of different releases of that. I just have a Blu-ray of that because that's such a. But I've been seeing a bit about that lately, and it keeps reminding me I need to rewatch that. It's such a great film.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah, it really is. The practical effects. I've only just been a recent convert to horror because of my daughter, and I've been watching not much other than horror the last week or two, and being September and October are normally my horror months, and it's going to be. I've got a lot on my shelves to get through actually with horror. Yeah.
Whole shelf dedicated to horror, I think.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if this was a visual medium because then we could show people what you have, but it's all right. We'll just have to talk about it. Yeah, I kind of sip that. I guess I'll lead that onto to one of my questions I have down the track. How do you organize your collection?
I've got a set of 9 floating shelves just in the corner of the lounge room. So I am
Okay.
slowly running out of space now. I got
Yeah.
five. I think I got 500 titles last time I checked.
Okay. Did you just sort alphabetically, or do you separate into
No,
format? Or
it's my own mixed up sort of
yeah,
formula. Like I don't know
yeah.
what. It's not alphabetical. It's not. It's I guess it's sort of genre, but it's
Okay.
not. But yeah, like I got Marvel movies all on one shelf with
Yeah, yeah.
DC, and I've got sequels and trilogies, which there's a lot of, and then you get miscellaneous down the bottom, but there's no sort of order to it.
Yeah, okay. But that's the thing with us, isn't it? It's like we all have our own separate filing system and we all do it in different ways. This
Yeah,
is why I created this because I'm actually fascinated by the way people collect these things
yeah.
because obviously I collect as well. I've hit the 1,500 mark with mine
Wow.
just recently. So and that's grown mate, in the last couple of years by about 1,200 in the last couple of years because I've
Wow.
just found some disposable income, which has been
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
So I've just
yeah.
been there it goes. It's been disappearing. So yeah,
We see, I scaled back my collection because I sold all my Blu-rays through CEX and got money that
Oh,
way
okay.
to reinvest. So I've mainly got, apart from about 3 titles, everything else is 4K.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's
Right.
500 of 4K and only 4K.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
tourist,
impressive
I
though.
guess.
Like I upgrade some to 4K because, and it depends on the 4K now too, because I kind of take the Blu-ray off the shelf if I've upgraded it, or the
Yeah,
DVD
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatnot
yeah.
if I upgrade the Blu-ray. But sometimes they're worth keeping. Like I'll sell this in the future when I can get around to it. But sometimes they're the only way you can get the special features,
Yeah, that's
because
true.
the
That's
4Ks
true.
won't have them now.
No,
So
no.
that's a bit of a bummer. But in saying that, I don't watch special features that often.
No,
So.
neither do I. I buy it for the movie. Like I like the idea of having the special features, but I
Mm.
can't remember the last time I actually sat down and watched special features.
Yeah. So the way I think about it, because I watch, I log about 600 movies a year that I watch roughly.
Yep.
It's going to be less because now I've started this show. This is less time to watch movies, but that's fine because I did have a bit of a New Year's resolution to not watch so much this year because it is watching that many can get a bit aggravating because you're just sitting there sport watching something.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're not actually enjoying it, so you actually
yeah.
don't. It takes the enjoyment out of it. So yeah, if you hold off a bit, then yeah, you
Well,
enjoy it
I
a bit more.
sometimes spend my night staring at the shelf, wondering what I'm going to watch. You
Yep,
know?
absolutely. It's 100%. Like, I used to be so lazy. Like, I'd start collecting all these discs, and then I'd still watch stuff on streaming. And I thought, well, why am I doing this? Like, so
Yeah.
lately, like the last few months has been pretty much solely my disc collection because I have so many that I've never seen, but just movies that
Oh,
you
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just movies that you pick up. You either find them cheap or they're good, or they've got really good reputations. And you'll get around to it at some point. So
Yep.
I'm trying to knock a lot of those off. I've got like a lot of Asian cinema that I want to knock off as well.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's just hard keeping up. I seem to watch one and two more get added to the watch list. So
Yeah.
yeah, so you don't own any that you've never seen. You just you just kind of
I
buy
think
after you've seen it.
I've bought a few that were blind buys,
Hmm.
recommendations of other people. Like I bought the Raid a couple of weeks back.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I'd never seen it. So my first experience was watching it on the 4K disc, and it was phenomenal.
Oh
I'm glad I bought it.
yeah, good movies. They're both
But,
really good. The
yeah,
Raid 2 is probably a better film, actually.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, definitely worth checking that out. It's
Yep.
very impressive. All right, where are we then? So, do you have any favorite labels or distributors that you that you look out for? Like anyone that you think have better transfers than another label?
Arrow's usually pretty good, and
Yep.
Scream Factory. Like I
Okay.
love what they did with Halloween. Like I got Halloween
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like, I do like I buy a lot from JB, but I also import like because you just don't get the range out here. Like
No.
down on, you've lost Disney, you've lost Fox, and you've lost so many
Mm.
other just through Disney pulling out.
I think every one of every one of these shows is going to be some sort of rant from me about Disney because
Yeah,
they just I don't know what on earth they're thinking of, even with their back catalogue with their Fox titles.
yeah,
Apparently,
yeah,
like there's a room if you read the digital bits and whatnot, they apparently there's a lot of 4Ks that Disney have already in the bank
yeah,
of
yeah,
Fox titles, old Fox catalogue
yeah.
titles, but they just won't release them, and which
No,
makes no sense because it's not going to do anything but make them money
yeah, that's right. That's
they're in
right.
the job of doing. Like Disney know how to make money better than any studio on the planet.
Yeah, but I
It's
think they're trying to get away from physical media to push their Disney Plus channel.
that's right.
I think
I
that's a
mean,
big thing, and that's why
they
they took
are.
it away from us. So we all have to sign up to Walt and pay our
That's
dues.
exactly right. That's exactly right. I do have it on good authority. Australia, when they pulled out of Australia, we are being used as a test bed for that to see
Yeah,
if it drove subscribers. I don't know the answer whether it has or not, but
yeah.
I know this. I know the physical media sales went through the roof when they announced they were pulling out.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
think
again, that might be people
the
just having
last
FOMO.
title was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
Mm,
3, I think. So,
it was, yeah. So, so do you import much of their stuff? Because I know for me, I had
yeah,
to import
every sort of
Titanic
time. Yeah, I think I've got what is it, Kingdom of the Planet of Apes on
oh,
order.
you've got that.
Deadpool and Wolverine to be released because I reckon that'll sell out pretty quick.
I think it will too. Yeah. So do you do much pre-ordering, or you normally just wait for release time, release day,
I
or
do if it depends on the title.
yeah,
Mainly I
yeah,
do
yeah.
pre-orders. I look at what's coming up, and
Well, where do you look at what's coming up? What websites do you use?
I just mainly use. I don't know if you've heard of it, Wow HD.
I
Or
I, I
like
have
they're
heard of it, but
yeah, and
I've
they're
never
sort
used
of
them
really
to.
good. Their prices are fairly decent. Like
Yeah,
you're paying more, but
yeah.
they're not as bad as some of the other ones.
Have you ever checked out Rare Waves from the UK website? Rare Waves is really good. I've found them to be like it's cheaper to import than buy locally sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's not many stores in like physical stores in Sydney that do the selling, like the on selling of importing. Like that's I find it hard. Like I know there's one near Central that's run by two Asian ladies. It's
Okay.
a back lane way, but
Right.
I think they charge like $65 a disc, which
Yeah. Yeah.
like I
I
can't
mean,
bring myself to pay that.
it's pretty tough, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
unless it's a super rare title,
yeah,
otherwise that's why places like and I don't want to rag on Australian sellers, but places like Outrun and Dead End DVD, I mean they're
yeah,
pretty reasonable to cover their costs, but again, like they sell an arrow for $65. I can get it from the UK for 45. And
yeah.
when I order from there, I normally order a couple of $100 at least at a time. And it's $12 postage no matter how
We see
much
that's
you
where
order.
our HD don't charge anything for postage.
Don't they? For
No,
anything.
for
I'll have to
anything.
check
No.
them out a bit more
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I recommend.
That's
Like I
good.
highly recommend them, and they take a while to get here. Like you're looking at
Yeah.
6 to 7 weeks for it to arrive. But I've
Do you get
never had
tracking?
anything go missing. Yeah, you get tracking. You get a tracking
Ah,
and everything.
okay. So Rare Waves will come within about, I've had something from Rare Waves come within 6 days.
Oh wow.
Some will take 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's rarely ever, there's no tracking. It's really weird the way they post their stuff actually. Like you get an email saying these 3 items have been sent, but you'll get one tomorrow and the other one will come and next week, even
Yeah.
though they've all been sent at the same time. It's quite bizarre. But I have had some issues with what turns up, but it's pretty rare, and they're really good with this customer service, so they'll just replace it and
Oh, okay.
whatever. So
I'll have to try them.
yeah, you should check it out. I've got a couple of pre-orders coming from. They've got Incendies. It's on Sunday. Trick or Treat, and
Oh,
I never
okay.
going to
Yeah,
get. I
yeah,
never
yeah.
going to get the Long Good Friday because I only watched that recently when I rented that one. I don't know if you saw seen the Long Good Friday, the gangster movie from think it's 1980, the British one with Bob Hoskins.
Yep.
Have you seen that?
Don't know if I have. No.
Okay, definitely. Well, I'd recommend that. We're going a bit off track, I guess, but I'd definitely recommend checking that one out. So, what do you think are the best transfers that you own that you put in a disc and go, wow, this just looks amazing?
I think Alien was a really good.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
That was a really good 4K transfer. Halloween was amazing.
Yeah,
like
I have that too.
That
Yeah,
just blew me away. Like, I mean, it's different because your modern films are all digital, so you're not sort of like it's different. But when you go back, see, people hate on Terminator 2. I think it's okay.
I actually haven't checked out my Terminator 2 yet, so yeah, I do
mean,
need
people
to.
hate on it, but I'm like, I mustn't be. I don't know. Like the Aliens that they just released recently, a lot of hate was towards that, and I thought it was perfect. Like I thought it was great.
I'm keen to check out my copy of True Lies too, just to see the.
I think that is a bit DNR.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the James Cameron's comments recently?
Get out of your mum's basement.
I thought that was pretty disrespectful, to be honest, to his customer. Because I mean, we're his customers, and it's like, well, mate, you got to have respect.
He does cop a lot of hate for anything he releases. Sort of cops a lot of hate. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I was quite
long to release them.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, 74 years between avatars is just crazy. We'll be dead before the last one comes out. So that's bananas. So what's your setup at home? Like do you have like a little home cinema? Like what do you play?
I've got 75-inch Samsung, and
is that an OLED or QLED or something?
It's a QLED.
Yeah.
Like it's a Series 9. Like it's a really nice TV, but it's not OLED, so I don't have any of the Dolby Vision stuff.
Oh, yeah, Samsung won't do Dolby Vision. They're tight. No. That's why I won't buy them.
Yeah. I've got what have I got? Panasonic 820.
You got the 820?
Yeah. And I've got what is it? It's a couple of years old now. The Samsung sound bar with the rear speakers and the subwoofer.
Okay.
Cool. It was the Series 9 of that. Like it was the top of the range when it was. And
is that an Atmos or is that?
It's ATS. It's all. I mean, people hate on sound bars, but they're fine.
Nah, these modern sound bars are pearlers. I have a JBL 9.1 and it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's perfect. You sit in the middle of the Atmos and you're on a bubble of sound. The Matrix is a great movie to watch in Atmos. Actually, it's
that is
really impressive. No, that's all pretty interesting. I'm just looking through my list of what else. Oh, okay. So just moving down. So, do you have anything that you regret buying as a movie? Like, is there anything that you go, oh God, I wish I hadn't brought that?
Yeah, probably. There's a couple, but I don't like saying it out loud. Evil Dead, the first Evil Dead, I'm not that impressed with it. Like,
okay.
I bought it to show my daughter to say, "Oh, this movie is fantastic. It's so scary." And she said, "Dad, what the hell are you going about?" And then we watched the Fede Alvarez version because I bought that when I was in America. I really like that. So that's probably a regretful buy. Everything. No, I don't think I regret buying. Even Evil Dead, I don't regret having it.
Yeah. It's always good to have the collection, isn't it?
And that's the thing. I'm like, I've bought Beverly Hills Cop, which was great. Beverly Hills Cop 2 was okay. And I just recently
number 3.
Beverly Hills Cop.
just to complete the collection.
The collection.
Yeah, I've done that with a couple of franchises too.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the hunt at the moment for because I have most of the Pixar films in 4K or a couple on Blu-ray. So I don't have Onward because at the time I was like, I don't want to buy Onward. I thought it was the most average Pixar movie. But now I'm like, now Disney's pulling out and I can't find it. And it's really tough. So I'm like, I want it just to be the completest that I need to be.
that was like me with the Transformers movies too. One of those, and I don't know if I'll ever watch some of them, like the one with Anthony Hopkins. Which one was that? Was it 5? I think it might.
I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched past number 3.
You were lucky.
Yeah. They were the first movies I brought on Blu-ray actually back in the day, and just simply because they looked awesome. Because back in when was it the aughts in the middle 2000s, I had a Panasonic Plasma and it was the duck's guts. It was, and honestly though at the time, the Transformers on Blu-ray, it looks stunning, and I don't think I've seen it since, which was 20 years ago, I reckon, or maybe not 20 years, but close enough too. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so do you go bargain hunting at all? Do you go like op shopping, or you go to CEX? Obviously, you said that
Yeah, I
before.
go to CX, but they're pricey too. Like
They've
you've got,
gone a bit
yeah,
bananas, haven't they?
yeah.
Yeah. I saw a copy. They
Sometimes,
had a copy of It Follows for $32, and I picked it up for 12 from the UK
oh, really? Really?
because it's
That's
really rare, and I
the
don't know how
Blu-ray,
I've.
the
Yeah,
Blu-ray. Because I was going to
yeah,
get the 4K, but
mm,
that's too pricey. Like it's too expensive.
yeah.
For it is. I think they're asking for over $100, and I just don't.
Yes,
For one movie, it just seems
you can
extraordinary.
buy three or four for that. It just,
Yeah,
and again, if it's something that you really want,
yeah,
I mean, there's a few titles that I really love, but and want to get, but I'll wait for Prime Day or other sales. Like I check Amazon almost every day for what deals are going on and to see what I can hunt down. Do you do
yeah.
that often? Do you Amazon a lot or?
No, mainly WoW HD. I
Okay.
just stick to the one importer because I know I'll
Yep.
get it. I'll know it's there. I know it's,
Yeah.
and then I'll just religiously watch JB Hi-Fi for their 20% off or their buy one get one free. That happens
Yeah.
once a year, and it always
Yeah.
ends up there's nothing for me to buy because I've bought it all throughout the year. It always ends up there's only one or two titles
Yeah.
every
That's what I had that
round
problem this year with
because I
that Bible.
panic. I panic buy like I do panic, and
I
then
get
when it
it.
comes to the sale, there's just nothing there.
Yeah, I get it. I've scaled back a bit on that. Been pretty good lately on. There's a few titles out there that I'm just going, "Oh, I'll wait. I can wait for that." And if I don't
Yeah,
get it, look, it's not the end of the world.
yeah.
There's always something happening. Do you ever check Easy DVD website?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes, yeah,
As far as pre-releases go, they're probably the best site to look at in Australia as
yeah,
what's
yeah.
coming in future because JB can be really late on what's coming,
I
really
did,
late.
well, that's the other thing. Blu-ray.com, like their website
Yes.
gives you like the monthly release, and they're usually pretty
Yeah.
good and pretty spot on. Sometimes they can be a bit patchy.
Yes, I've noticed they've been a bit patchy more recently, especially if you're looking towards October, November, where
Yeah.
Easy DVD have all that now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. They update their website because they're run by the All Interactive Distribution, who basically took over the distribution for most of the companies distributors in Australia.
Oh,
So
okay.
they brought so they do Sony and who Sony obviously took over Disney. So there might be news coming there in future if we're lucky.
I have. So I've heard that too, but then
Yeah.
I've heard that no, they're still just going to stick to like where they're distributing now. They're not going to expand. I just wish they would. It'd make it so much easier.
Yeah, I think time will tell. It just again, it's going to depend how their subscriptions go to Disney Plus. I think it'd be good to
Yeah.
know those figures, but not something they'll ever tell us. But
No.
time will tell. We'll just have to keep importing the key ones that we want. So yeah, it's frustrating being a collector in Australia.
It sure is.
It really is. Yeah, I've got some.
Even
I've got.
even JB Hi-Fi in New Zealand have an import section
They
in
get Arrow.
their store. Yeah, they get Arrow and stuff and everything sort of imported. I don't understand why we don't.
Me either. I don't get it. It makes no sense. I don't know whether it's a licensing thing or
Yeah,
if it's
maybe,
just
maybe.
the management in New Zealand are just a bit more on top of the game than they are here. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's probably a question worth asking JB Hi-Fi actually why they do that. Anyway, we'll get to the bottom of it. I'll do some investigating for my other fortnightly show where I, do some industry stuff. So do you worry about your packaging much when you purchase? Do you like you get into does it matter to you if you get a slip cover or a steel book? Do you hunt down collector editions or you just really want the movie?
Originally, it was just I want the movie, but then
Mm.
because I used to take the slip covers off the ones because we don't get slip covers out here, but the ones that I get from America, I'd sort of take them
Mm.
off in a cupboard and not have them on.
Mm.
Lately, but I kind of like the idea of the slip covers and I put them all back on. And lately, I've bought a few steel books, and you
Yep.
know what I mean. Like I think it's evolved. I don't think the
I
life.
laugh because that's the exact same story as me. I put all my slip covers away because it took up room when I was trying to store it, and
Yeah, yeah,
but then I was like, no, I'm putting them back on. Like
yeah.
I don't hunt a movie that has a
No,
slip cover. I
no.
don't care if it comes with it.
Yep.
That's cool. But I know Imprint and Viavision. I really appreciate the effort they put into their covers. Like their
Yeah,
cardboard is
yeah.
like it's not flimsy stuff. It's actually quite solid and it's really protective of the movie. So I really appreciate what Umbrella and Viavision do with their stuff. But yeah, it's not something I hunt,
No.
and they can be. So you said you've collected a few steelbooks. How many steelbooks do you think you have?
I think last count I had 12. I
Okay.
usually buy, like, I don't, if they come out and they're like $10 above. But lately, I think Warner Brothers sell them for about $3 more than what the title is. And I think you get the Blu-ray and a steelbook for $3. I'll do
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. You know? I'm the same. Did you pick up the Lawrence of Arabia and that when they came out?
No, I thought they were too pricey.
No.
I just couldn't bring myself for one movie. 70. What was it? 76.
Yeah, it was $80.
Yeah, $80. Yeah.
Do you want to know some, a bit of an insider secret is that they made no money from that at all, even at $80.
Really?
Yeah, it was
really?
freight issues. Yeah, they basically made next to nothing on those. So you might. So if you picked that up on a sale, you probably did really well.
Yeah,
they would have lost money on it. Yeah, yeah. It's so yeah. It's such a fascinating business actually when you delve into it a bit, like all those price points. And because you see some Blu-ray, some 4Ks will come out, they're 35, some are 40, some will be 45, and you don't know whether it's a company trying to gouge you or whether it is an actual price point for them to
put all their prices up lately. Like I remember
they
you
have.
used to pick them up for $24.95. Now even the back catalogs coming out at $34.95. Like
yeah, there was. I remember maybe late last year there was a lot of pre-orders that used to get. They were 26, $27 for some of the older 4Ks, like Ghost Dog and the others, and now they're like $35 again. It's like, they're the same movies they would have had.
Yeah, that's right.
But again, I don't think it's JB having those prices because they're on.
I think it's
they actually sell on consignment.
Yeah.
They don't actually buy the movies; they just sell whatever they sell.
Yeah.
And they give that money to the distributor. So, yeah. So I guess coming to near the end of the show, Steve. Not really physical media connected, but what are your favorite films or your genres or favorite actors, directors? Do you follow directors and writers, or is it more of an actor thing?
Yeah, no, I like Christopher Nolan. Anything Christopher Nolan releases, I'll sort of buy. Star Wars was always a passionate thing, like because I grew up. That's my first sort of experience in cinema.
That's the nostalgia factor, yeah.
And I do like big franchises. So anything that's got a big franchise, I sort of buy and collect and follow those.
Okay.
What else?
So you said you're into horror a bit.
Yeah, I like my horror.
Yeah. Do you like? What do you think of modern horror? There's not for me. There's not a lot of great modern horror. Like it's
actually,
like
I went and saw Alien Romulus on the weekend, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I'm hearing pretty good stuff about that. Yeah. One of the better ones I've seen recently was Abigail. Actually, I thought Abigail was quite good.
I watched that. I think I watched that at home. I think I streamed that one.
But I didn't realize that was on a streamer at the moment.
There's Smile. Smile wasn't bad.
Yeah, I didn't like Smile.
Oh,
Malignant, I thought I didn't really like Malignant.
No, I didn't like Malignant. I thought that was, and Terrifier does not do it for me. Like,
never seen Terrifier. Yeah, it doesn't interest me. I've actually just been watching the Ring 1 and 2 the last couple of nights, and I've got the Japanese version, like the J horror. I like J horror. Japanese know how to make creepy shit.
So do Korean.
Yes, yeah. I love my Japanese and Korean movies. Yeah.
Train to Busan is like one of the best zombie films, I think. I bought that.
Yeah, I think it is the best zombie film. I actually got the 4K for that on the recent Prime Day.
Okay.
It was a good price finally. I waited a good couple of years for it to get to a price I thought worthy. Yeah. It's so any other genre, or what are your ultimate favorite films other than Star Wars?
Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, good choice. Did you get the 4K of that?
Yes.
Yeah, because that was hard to come by for a while. Then suddenly popping up on shelves again. It was weird.
Green Mile was another one.
Yeah.
They're just some of the Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
But
all great choices, man. All three of those are bangers. Yeah.
World War Z, I actually love, and I know a lot of people don't like it. I got that on course.
I think World War Z is good until I don't like that last act. I don't like the ending of it.
Yeah.
It kind of bothers me a bit.
The research center.
They've been trying to make a sequel for that for ages. Like Brad Pitt got David Fincher on board, which would have been amazing, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I think it's going into a TV series. I think they're going to do a TV series, and it's going to stick closer to the book.
Yeah,
actually,
to the source material.
Yeah,
that's what I kept hearing about. Like the book readers weren't happy with the adaptation.
I'd never read the book, so
same. Yeah, exactly right. So yeah, that's a big problem when you don't like a movie. A lot of the time, you go in with expectations that a film doesn't meet your expectations, which is why Star Wars fans hate Star Wars, because their expectations are never met. It's funny. Like no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
I guess a favorite actor would be Tom Cruise. I've got like every sort of 4K that he's released.
I can respect that. Yeah. I like Tom.
Edge of Tomorrow is probably one of my favorite films.
Yeah,
I can
that's a
watch
great
that on
film.
repeat. Yeah.
Do you like that genre, like the time loop genre? Like if
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. When it's done right, a lot of times
yeah.
it's not done right.
It's actually I don't know. There's many films like that I've seen that aren't good. At least I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, you got even Happy Death Day. Palm Springs was fantastic.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can't think of any others, but there's quite a few.
Back to the Future, of course.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Back to the Future. Yeah. Okay. Well, we might wrap it up, Steve.
Yep,
Thanks for your time. Look, I do
terrific.
appreciate you being here, man. Like it means a lot to me. So yeah, I hope you had some fun along the way. I know I did. So, and
Yeah, no, I did.
hopefully our listeners do as well.
It's good to know that we're not the only ones collecting. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
sometimes you feel like you're the last soul that's actually collecting anything. So it's
We're almost like social pariahs, aren't we? Like
yeah,
people
that's
laugh at you for
right.
collecting movies.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, yeah. I remember I had to call the Australia Post once because they lost a package, and he's like, "Oh, what was in?" I said, "Blu-rays." He goes, "Oh, people still buy them, do they?"
yeah.
Yeah, they do, man. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
get upset when someone calls my 4K a DVD. Oh, have
Oh,
you got
mate,
that on DVD? I'm like, it's a 4K.
100%, 100%. People call everything DVDs, and I'll
Yeah,
correct them. And then I know work colleagues know about my obsession with this stuff, and they're like, "What's the difference between a DVD and a Blu-ray?" I'm like,
yeah,
"How
yeah,
long have you got?" Like,
yeah.
here's the quick story. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so to all your listeners out there, so if you've enjoyed the episode, give us a follow at KerbSide Collections on Instagram. And if you are a collector and would like to be on the show, send me a DM. I'd love to have you on and learn about your collection as well. So until next time, thanks for listening to KerbSide Collections.